Because have you ever seen a Black Mormon? I'm just trying to figure it out. Have you ever seen a Black Mormon? Hey, it's me, C, and welcome back to my channel. I'm a lifestyle, beauty, and fashion content creator, and if you're new here, welcome. If you're not so new, welcome back. Happy to have you here. Hopefully you subscribe to this channel. If not, just go ahead and subscribe because you're gonna love me and I'm gonna love you. Duh, hello. But today we will be, of course, doing our makeup, but we're gonna be talking about a new show, The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, baby. Y'all, I wasn't even thinking about watching this show, but I really had nothing else to watch, and then boom, there it was. So I clicked on it, and honestly, the first episode, I'm completely in. I am completely in. Let me just come on here and recap and share my thoughts on this here Real Housewives season. Okay, so far, episode 1, because it was a lot to unpack. I'm not gonna lie. And honestly, if you guys enjoy this, I'll do this every week. It doesn't have to be a makeup and chat sort of thing. It could be a sip and chill. It could be just me sitting here and recapping. It could be anything, but whatever. You guys can comment down below and let me know how you guys want these done. Do you guys want mukbangs? Do you want to get ready with me's? Like, what, let me know and we will go from there. And honestly, this video is not really about makeup. This is really just like a girl chat, so I probably won't be mentioning the products that I'm using. So yeah. Okay, so I don't know about y'all, but when I hear Salt Lake City, all I think about is Mormons. Like, I don't know anything else about Salt Lake City, Utah. I don't know anything. All I know is that it has a huge Mormon community, and yeah, that's all I knew. So when I saw that there was going to be a Real Housewives, I was just like, I don't know. Like, I don't know if this is going to be relatable. I don't know if this is going to be entertaining. I don't know. And I'm not saying the other Real Housewives, any of the other cities or whatever are relatable, but y'all know what I'm saying. Like, Mormons, from what we know as like not Mormons, I don't want to offend nobody. I'm just saying that the stereotypes and the things that we hear about or we know about Mormons aren't really like too like flattering, or it's not something that would be like, oh, I would love to be that, like, unless you grew up or are already in it. So that's just my opinion based off of like, things that I know. So yeah. Now, girl, I was not expecting to see any Black people on this show. And, I was okay with that. I just was like, okay, it is what it is. That's perfectly fine. But to my surprise, there is one Black cast member. And then there is another lady. She's not Black, but she's a woman of color, if you will. And she's married to a Black man. So how about I just go ahead and give you my opinion and the breakdown of each, housewife so far. And these are just all my opinions based off of episode 1. That's it. I've never seen these women. I've never heard of them. Literally nothing. Like, episode 1 is all I have right now. Let's just start off with Jen. Now, Jen, she even stated on the show that a lot of people in Salt Lake City just deem her as a Black woman. She's not. She's Hawaiian, Chinese, and something else, but she is married to a Black man. And she, for the most part, presents herself as a woman of color, if you will. She doesn't give you single white female. I'll just say that, because there are some women on this show who give you single white female. We're going to get to them. But yeah, so Jen's husband is a college basketball coach, I believe, and they met in college. Her family is like originally from like Hawaii and they moved to Salt Lake City when she was younger. And her family, I guess, raised them as Mormon, because when you move there, it's just like that's the way. Like, so our sis Jen was raised Mormon, right? She goes to college, she falls in love with this man, she gets married, they have 2 kids, 2 boys at that. And, at some point in her marriage, she's like, yo, you trying to convert and be Mormon? Her husband's Muslim. And he's like, no, like, no, I'm not actually, because Mormons weren't even allowing Black people to be Mormons until like the 1970s something, which honestly makes sense, because have you ever seen a Black Mormon? I'm just trying to figure it out. Have you ever seen a Black Mormon? And I'm not saying Mormons are racist, because, like I said, I don't even know any Mormons. I don't think I could and just not know. But, from what I have learned over the years through media, they deem themselves as like the purest and most perfect form of people, I guess you would say. So they all kind of live that cookie cutter white people life, which is fine, but that doesn't include Black folks, okay? Like, just saying. Not saying Black people can't be Mormons, because I don't know everything about Mormons, but based on what Jen is saying, it's possible that I'm not welcome. And honestly, so far, I really don't have too much to say about Jen as a person. She does come off as if she's like the HBIC of the show. Like, she's like that bitch, you know what I'm saying? Like, she's the main star. She's like the Nene Leakes, you know what I'm saying? Like, she's a main cast member. Like, if she was in Georgia, she would always have a peach. That's what she's giving me so far. And I fuck with that. Like, I like her so far, to be honest with you. Okay, so let's move on to our next housewife, which is Lisa. All I have to say is there's really not much to say, truthfully. So far, all we know about Lisa is that she's originally from New York. Her family and her husband own a couple liquor companies. She is Mormon. That's it. She's Mormon. She's Mormon by choice. She wasn't like, raised in it. She's new to it, but true to it. You feel me? So we could honestly just move on from her. Okay, now let's talk about Heather. Okay. Heather, literally, when I first looked at her, I didn't think I was going to like her. And that was just me being judgy, but that's okay. This is a show. It's reality TV. That's what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to be judging. So looking at her on first sight, I did not think that I was going to like her. But, as the episode went on, I started to think, like, nah, I low-key fuck with Heather. Like, she low-key kind of cool. Okay, great. She looks like the mom from A Cinderella Story. That's what she looks like. Very, sorry, Heather, but very botched Barbie in a way. Like, just a lot of plastic surgery. Jen looks like she had a lot of surgery too. Honestly, all these women have had work done. But Heather especially, I don't know why, but she looks like she's been under a knife a couple times. And that's cool. If that's what you want to do. That's your business. But yeah, she actually is, like a pure Mormon is what they call it, I guess. Like, born and raised, like her grandfather and uncle or whoever was like some important Mormon person back in the day. And yeah, so have this all-American perfect Mormon family. She was married with 3 kids, 3 daughters. And like about 5 years ago, I believe, she got a divorce. And honestly, being divorced, I guess, is like against like the Mormon, way of life. And so she kind of just left the Mormon lifestyle. And she basically said like everything that she loves isn't a part of Mormon culture. And what are the things that she loves? She says she loves the gays. She loves drinking, partying, black people, rap music. She said she be rapping like all that stuff. And Heather was like, dang, the Mormon community now trying to accept me for who I am and for who I love. I'm out and I'm getting a divorce. And she started a business, it's like beauty labs, laser or something. They be doing like Botox and all that type of stuff. Now Heather is related to the girl named Whitney, right? Whitney looks like literally a snow bunny, Barbie doll, glamorous white lady, like white girl, whatever. Blonde hair, got the voice, the high pitch. Yeah, she got all that. And Whitney, she seems cool so far, but she has some tea with her. Okay, so let me just tell you real fast. Whitney got married to her husband when she was 19 years old, and I believe he's 18 years older than her. Yes, huge age gap, big deal to some, maybe not everybody. But the realty about this and why they was excommunicated from the Mormon community was because they both was married at the same time. So they were sneaking and geeking around with each other. So Whitney was, I guess, like a secretary, receptionist, I don't know, something. She worked at the job with her husband, and they was sneaking off together, fell in love, and then boom, they both got a divorce, and their families kind of just like disassociated themselves with her. So now it's 10 years later, and they did like a wedding renewal, and the family started to come back around now. And Whitney's kind of like, oh yeah, I'm happy to have my family back. But on the flip side, it took y'all 10 years to come back around for what? Like, just because I cheated on my husband and got a new guy? That's very messed up. Okay? I don't advise cheating. I'm just saying, like, for your family's supposed to love you no matter what, but I guess not in the Mormon community. Okay, so next we have Meredith. First of all, the name Meredith is just so, no offense to any Merediths out there, but it just gives me rude, boring, prissy, snobby, all of the above. It reminds me of like, y'all seen The Parent Trap with Lindsay Lohan? Meredith, that was a dad's girlfriend. It gives me that. So that could just be my childhood trauma, but whatever. So Meredith, she definitely lives up to her name. She is a snooze fest. She is uppity, super uptight, super Mormon, I guess, based on what we know thus far. She's originally from Chicago. And yeah, she has a son and she's married. Her husband doesn't seem that into her, which we will get into later. But yeah, that's Meredith. Really not much else to say about her right now, to be honest, as far as like her as a person. Do I dislike her so far? Dislike is too soon for me to say so, but that's all I'm gonna say. So moving right along to Mary. Now I told y'all we had one black lady on the show, and that is Mary. Now I'm gonna just come out and say it. So far, I personally do not care for Mary, and that sucks because she's the only black lady on the show, and I wish I liked her. But so far, the way she's shown herself and how she carries stuff, I just don't like it. Like, I'm not gonna lie. So she isn't Mormon, obviously, 'cause she's black, but she is Pentecostal, and I know all about Pentecostal churches. But we're not going to get into that right now. So Mary, she's Pentecostal. I believe she's a pastor or a first lady, assistant pastor, something like that, whatever. But yeah, I don't know. She's just kind of rude, and I'll explain why I feel that way in a minute. But even, I don't know, just something about her seems kind of like sneaky in a way and just kind of like not real. Like, she met up with Whitney, and first of all, that's just an interesting pair because I just would have never thought that Whitney would have had or would be friends with Mary just because the age gap, I would say. But I mean, hey, it's a show. Like, you know, you got to film and be friends with people and yada yada boo. While she's at like lunch or wherever the hell with Whitney, the waiter comes and it's like, oh, like asking for like drink orders and everything. And instead of Mary just saying like, oh no, thank you, I don't want to drink, she goes, oh no, I'm not drinking today. So in my mind, that was just triggering because I'm just like, okay, are you not drinking today because the cameras are on and you're like this holy Pentecostal woman and you're not supposed to drink and yada yada yada? Or what, sis? Because if that's the case that you just don't drink, you would have just said, oh no, I'm not drinking. You wouldn't have said, oh, I'm not drinking today. Y'all can comment down below and let me know what y'all think about that because I feel like that's a situation where the cameras are on and she doesn't want to look some sort of way on camera or in front of her congregation or whoever the fuck. And so she just wasn't going to drink or isn't going to drink on camera. But that doesn't mean she don't do it behind closed doors. Baby. Let's get into the drama though. Like, let's get into the tea. So, like I said, Mary and Whitney were at lunch, dinner, whatever they were doing. They was at the restaurant. And Whitney's like, oh, I got a text from Jen, like, about the Meredith surprise birthday party or what have you. Or not surprise, but her birthday party. Did you get the text? And then Mary's like, oh, I don't think I would be invited anyway because me and Jen used to be cool, but she don't like me no more. And Whitney's like, oh, why? What happened? And Mary's like, well, one day we were all out and I have a sensitive smell. And I smell, when she came by, I smelled like she smelled like hospital. And I said, oh, it smells like hospital. And ever since then, like we just haven't gotten along anymore. Now, y'all, first of all, later on in this episode, we find out that Jen was at the hospital for all week, all day, everything, because her aunt, who was pretty much like a mother to her, had to get both her legs amputated. So she was there attending to her family and probably even being sad, crying, emotional, all these different things. But she still made it her business to go out that night with the group of friends, what have you. Maybe she didn't have time to stop at home and change, or hospital does have a strong smell, but if you know somebody's going through something like that, why would you even say that? Even if you did have a traumatic experience, if you will, like that's just not something you say. That is just ridiculous. And so of course it gets back to Jen and she was upset because, like, who wouldn't be upset, baby? Wouldn't you? Because I would be upset, especially if you're cool with somebody, you think you're friends, they've been to your house trying on your Gucci and Chanel. Like, I would be upset too. So of course at the party, Jen confronted Mary about it because, one, the party is at Jen's house. She threw the party. And she just was kind of like, hey, I feel X, Y, and Z. You did X, Y, and Z. And instead of honestly just being like, you know what, girl, my bad. I have my own traumatic experience with being at the hospital. I didn't mean to offend you. I was just saying blah, 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 blah. Mary acted like a complete bitch. I'm sorry, she did. She was so rude. She was just like, you could tell that Jen was hurt by it. Like, sis had to walk away from the conversation because I feel like Jen probably would have Nucked, you know what I'm saying? Like, looked, little 1-2. But, she was trying to not ruin the party. So I feel like, and they just too old to be fighting, but still, like, she just walked away. And I felt really bad for her. I'm not gonna lie. I felt really bad. Because you know how bad it sucks to tell somebody that they hurt you, and then that person is just like, I said what I said. And it's just like, dang, ain't even had to be all that, sis. And honestly, Jen really could have came for Mary at this party because Mary's outfit alone, child, that outfit was tired. It was not giving what it was supposed to give. And sis was talking about this is Valentino. First of all, you did a big no-no in that Valentino. Like, you made Valentino look like Ross dressed for less. No offense to Ross, because y'all be having some cute stuff sometimes. But, like, no, it was giving me tutu that a toddler would wear, or quinceañera vibes, kind of. The color was just, something was just right. And then on top of that, sis had the nerve to have on white tights, like stockings, bro. Like, I just can't. And then on top of that, her hair, I don't know about y'all, but like, me as a Black woman, when I see Black women on TV and they're just not properly like presented or looking right, and you don't have to wear a wig, you don't have to wear a weave, you can have your natural hair and look beautiful. But if you want to wear wigs and wear weaves, sis, I need to be saying what lace, and not where is the lace, because I couldn't even see a part in her hair. Like, I was confused. I don't know who was on wardrobe, hair, and makeup that day. I don't know if she just did it all by herself. Either way, it was not good at all. And Jen could have really came for her for that alone, because she looked horrible. Definitely, Mary would have got the worst dress award at that party, and that's on period. And y'all, don't just think I'm just sitting here, caping for Jen or whatever like that. I just really feel like that situation was messed up. Like, just how I feel like the simple fact that Jen, threw this party for Meredith for her birthday, but the party was really all about Jen, to be honest with you. But at the end of the day, it's like, are y'all even like close, like good girlfriends like that in real life? Because if somebody who I'm not even that good girlfriends with or that cool with says they're gonna throw me a party for my birthday, I'm gonna be like, nah, I'm good, because how would you know what I want at my party or who to invite in the first place? You know what I'm saying? Like, you just want to have a party, and that's cool. Just don't have to call it my birthday party, though. It could just be a girls' night. Like, Jen made a whole grand entrance and everything. Oh, yeah. So what other tea did we have? Okay. So, boom. Heather and Lisa are literally polar opposites. Like I said, Lisa is a snooze fest, super boring, cookie cutter, like white lady, and that's fine. Then you have Heather, who's like down, you know what I mean? Like, she loves the gays, she loves the Black people, she loves to party, all these things that good, wholesome Mormon women don't do. And Lisa just kind of like looks down on her, to the point where, for whatever reason, Heather's name came up amongst the girls when Heather wasn't around, and Lisa was pretty much just like, oh no, I don't know her. Gave the whole like, I don't know her tea, y'all. Like, I don't know her. But then it switched from I don't know her to, oh yeah, we went to college together and she was a fun girl. And then went like this, whatever, like Girls Gone Wild. So it's like, sis, either you know her or you don't. It's like, sis, either you know her or you don't know her. And if you don't know her, how do you know she was a fun girl in college? Like, I'm confused. And especially when it's like, y'all went to this like Mormon college where like, if you were a fun girl and you got caught, you would be kicked out. So I'm confused. So you just calling her a hoe for hoe's sake, or was she, like, you know what I'm saying? Or you jealous or what? Like, what's the tea? It gets back to Heather, that Lisa called her a fun girl. And of course, she was upset because she lived this super like cookie cutter Mormon lifestyle until, you know, she got divorced 5 years ago, to the point where she's like, oh, I wish I was a fun girl. Literally, I didn't even have sex until my wedding night. So what is she talking about? She's like, I wish I could go back from my college years and relive those days and be a fun girl and blah 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 blah, all this stuff. So sis was tight, y'all. She was so upset. And honestly, I would be too, because I feel like a lot of women not necessarily want to be a fun girl, but like I feel like a lot of women like live their life so like reserved until like a shift or something happens in their life. And then they go back and they realize, like, dang, I could have just lived my life like everybody else and had fun and didn't care about what anybody had to say about me. And now I'm a grown woman and divorced and with daughters. And yeah, and it's like, you know, the Mormon church didn't really, in her opinion, like respect women and stuff like that. And yeah, so I would have been upset too if I was her. I'm not gonna lie. I think she had very valid points and reasons to be upset, especially when you know somebody is using it against you as a whole diss. You know what I mean? Like, sis, what are you trying to say about me? Like, I don't understand. And I did not like or appreciate that at all. Like, sis, you're not that cute. Don't do people like that. Don't do Heather like that. You nasty on the inside, and I don't like that. Honestly, so far, like I said, my favorite people are Jen, Heather. I kind of like Whitney. I don't know if I can really relate to her yet, and I don't really know what's real and what's fake. But so far, she just seems fun and, you know, like herself. The other women so far, I'm not really feeling them too clean, not gonna lie. Even with like what's that lady named Meredith? It was her birthday and her whole husband was in Chicago and didn't even make it his business to be there. But yet you and the other people want to be judgy about other people's lives and relationships and all this other stuff. And it's just kind of like, girl, your own husband don't even fuck with you like that, clearly. Because who husband like misses their wife's like birthday party? Or not even birthday party, just birthday in general. Like, he didn't even make it his business to do something special for you per se. Like, the special thing he did do was put like roses and candles in the house or whatever, and he paid for it so your son could do it. It wasn't like, oh, my husband did this for me. And honestly, that's unacceptable. There's no way my husband or somebody that claims they love me, my man, is about to miss my birthday and vice versa. Like, that's just trifling. Like, I don't know. You guys comment down below and let me know what you guys uh think about that drama so far from episode 1, and if you are interested in watching, if you haven't already, just based off of that. Like, I don't know, I feel like it's cool, me as a Black woman, seeing like, you know, different lifestyles. Not just, I think it's just cool to see and watch different people's like lifestyles. Even if I can't really relate to them or don't really want to relate to them, that doesn't mean it's not entertaining. It's just that simple. I've tried to watch like Real Housewives of Potomac, and I'm just not into it. And the odd thing is, I live in Maryland. Like, you would think I would be all into it because I love reality TV. No, Real Housewives of Potomac just didn't do it for me for some reason. I don't know why. Yeah. And I love Real Housewives of Atlanta. So it's literally polar opposite of that so far. But yeah, all the other ones I don't really watch. I don't know. Okay, this is my final look. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, go ahead and comment down below and let me know how much you enjoyed it. Make sure you smash that like button, subscribe, and turn those post notification bells on so you don't miss anything that I post. And I'll see you guys in the next video.